Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Good Things for Good People, the little tiny YouTube channel with great big dreams of change in the world for good. One view and one viewer at a time. Today, as you can probably tell, as I am not in Central Ohio, I am back in the mountains of East Tennessee, where I am always happy to be. As I mentioned in my previous video, my father was recently in the hospital. He fell and cracked some ribs, so he is now in rehab, and I needed to come down here to do a little bit of the good son stuff, handle some paperwork and some other things that I needed to do while I'm down here. Also, it's always nice to be able to come down to Tennessee when it's 43 degrees and absolutely stunning here compared to Ohio. We've got about 10 minutes of light left. Sun is falling behind the mountains right there, so that's about as long as this video is going to be, and then I'll shut up. If you've been here before, welcome back. I've always appreciate you. According to my analytics, you've probably been here before. If you haven't been here before, welcome to the channel. Good Things for Good People. The idea here is very, very simple. YouTube gives us the ability to make revenue off of our videos that we play. That's it. You click on it, you watch it, we make revenue. Now, typically speaking, most YouTubers will use that money to be able to go on trips and buy cars and fancy houses and all that kind of stuff. They'll reinvest some of that in the content. Well, this channel, we're trying to do something a little bit different, something that I'm not sure has ever been done before. What we're trying to do is we're trying to use that revenue that YouTube lets us make and use it to do good things for good people. Use it to do charitable things and philanthropic stuff. Make donations. Improve lives one at a time. And we're not doing this for the fun of it. We're not doing it for the it'll make me popular kind of thing. What we're doing it for is because the world needs it. And I think a lot of people really, really believe in that. Now, what I have learned over the last couple of days, or I wouldn't necessarily learned, but reinforced through some YouTube education of my own over the last couple of days, is the fact that just because somebody believes in the project or is willing to come over and click on the subscribe button and watch a video does not necessarily mean that that person is your audience. And I've kind of had a little bit of a rough time with this over the last couple of months, and today I'm going to really kind of talk about exactly why that is. YouTube is trying to figure out what it is we do, what it is this channel is about, and who it is that's interested in this kind of a thing, this type of content. Unlike how to bake a cake, how to fix a carburetor, or how to change a tire, or how to take beautiful pictures of a mountain sunset, what we're trying to do here is a little bit different. And I have been trying to kind of force success by utilizing my other previous connections, other YouTube channels that I've been connected to, or that I do the content creation for. I've been kind of trying to push it and force it. And that's done well. It's gotten us to where we are now, but it's also gotten me to realize the fact that there's a lot of people that are interested or who are not interested in what I'm doing, that are not interested in me, not are interested in this product, in this project, in this idea, in this concept. They may be good people, don't get me wrong, they may be good people, but they may not necessarily be the same kind of people that are interested in what we're trying to do here. And I've been kind of trying to force that over the last couple of months. I would typically speaking, I would share the YouTube video that I'm making, this one right here, to like the Lucor channel. Or I would come hat in hand and I would ask you to please share it to your people and let me know. See if we could spread the word. And I've realized that what I'm actually doing is I'm actually watering down the video and the channel and the analytics and what YouTube understands of this. Because this is not an automotive channel, and I'm pushing a lot of automotive people over here, YouTube is very confused. It does not know, are automotive people that are interested in hot rods and street racing channel and old man's garage interested in whatever this kind of content over here is? I guess, maybe. But then you look at the analytics of it, and almost everybody that's coming over from those shares is only spending 2 or 3 minutes here. And then they're gone. And what I've actually been doing, in my mind, was helping probably was hurting the channel. It's probably hurting the channel growth, me doing those things and me sharing those things. Now, it does juice the subscriber numbers. That's great. I'm glad to see that. The idea here is we got to get this channel monetized as fast as possible, which means we need subscribers. And we just cracked, I believe, 650 subscribers as I was driving down here this evening. Let me verify that before I say that on camera. But the problem is, if we have 650 subscribers and none of them are really active, or a very small portion of them are active, yeah, 653. Go us. Well done, team. But if we have 653 people, but only 150 of them are active, the analytics of that do not look good. And the reasoning is that I am casting too wide of a net, and I am making the mistake of thinking that people across a broad range are going to be interested in this. And that's my fault. That's on me. I've been talking about a lot of times that most 95% of the viewership on all of these videos is from subscribers, and almost none of it's from non-subscribers. Well, the reasoning is because the people that I'm getting over to the channel that are not subscribed aren't interested. They don't care. They want to see the car stuff. They're not here to see Austin talking about improving the world. They want to see Austin ripping up and down the road in a muscle car, or us doing something with the street racing channel, or Old Man's Garage, or working on any of our number of projects that have been semi-abandoned around the channel. That's what they're mostly here for. And they see my face in a share, and they come over to it, and they're like, this is not what I'm interested in, and then they take off. And the problem is that actually negatively impacts the growth of the channel, because YouTube is seeing those people aren't interested. They're not sticking around. They don't care. And again, not saying that those people are bad people. A lot of them are great people. A lot of you are probably from that channel. But it's hurting the analytics. It's hurting the searchability and the expandability and the organic reach of this channel. And that's where I've really got to focus. That's really where I got to pay attention. As I said, I was watching a YouTube creator that's actually, his entire purpose is doing trainings for other YouTubers and helping people grow YouTube channels. And one of the things that he mentioned was understanding your audience and putting your content in front of the right people. And I need to kind of take a left-hand turn, I guess, on my tactics to grow the channel over the next couple of weeks. I have been doing daily videos, and I'm going to continue doing daily videos because that's what I initially decided I was going to do. I'm going to do the 90-day challenge. We're going to crank out videos every single day, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to focus things. But I'm actually going to kind of refocus on a couple of things that are going to make the channel more searchable, more discoverable. And I'm going to do less of the putting my thumb on the scale thing and let things just kind of grow and hope for the best. Now, please don't take this as the fact that I am upset with the growth of the channel. I am extremely flattered that so many people have come over here and that are paying attention to this channel, and by absolutely every right, the fact that we're at 650 subscribers already in less than 90 days is fantastic. We're not quite halfway to monetization yet, but that's fantastic already, and I think we're going to get there soon enough. But most channels, when they are young channels, which this channel is young, or they are new and growing channels, I guess we should say, are relying on things like YouTube search. They're relying on things that people are actually looking for on YouTube. And pretty much none of the videos that I've made of the 72, this would be episode 72, have been searchable content. Nobody's looking for any of this. Nobody is coming into this organically from the outside. It's all stuff that we're pushing people to. And that's my fault, because I thought I could manhandle it, I guess would be the way I could force it. I could make it happen just by force of will and being I'm not somebody who gives up, in case you haven't noticed that about me. If I just didn't give up and I just pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, that I could make it work, that I could make it successful. And I'm looking at that, I believe, totally wrong. And I need to change my tactics on this. So I am going to switch things up a little bit. And I am going to do videos that are going to be a bit more searchable and more discoverable, I guess, would be maybe the better way to put that. Now, I still have some interviews that I'm trying to get set up and some people I want to talk about and some organizations I want to talk to. There's a lot of that stuff that I've already got in the pipeline that I'm absolutely going to do, and I'm not abandoning this project by any means. Please don't think that's the case. I'm just kind of trying to change gears here to verify and to make sure that I'm doing the best thing I can possibly do to make this project as successful as possible. I do not want this thing to be drugged down by my inability to address the fact that I may be doing something wrong. I need to be able to be man enough to say, I am not doing this correctly. I am not succeeding the way I should be succeeding. And I'm going to change that. And that is what I'm going to do. Now, over the next couple of days, I am going to kind of try to shoot some videos that are going to be a little bit more broad scope, that are not going to be necessarily me doing good deeds and good things. Also because I'm going to be down here in Tennessee and I'm not sure how my timetable works. That makes things a little bit more complicated. But what I can do while I'm down here is I can do research. I can do some homework before I film these videos, and I can figure out some topics that might be interesting, that might be engaging, and that might bring some fresh blood into this thing. That's what I'm going to probably spend the next bunch of hours this evening, once I get to my dad's house, doing some homework on what I want to do a video on tomorrow that would be searchable, that would bring some new eyeballs into this project. If you've been here for a little while, you recognize a lot of the people in the comment section. If you look at the viewership over the last bunch of days, or even the last bunch of weeks, as the channel has continued to grow from 300 subscribers or 200 subscribers to 650 subscribers, you will notice that the view count has stayed extremely even. It really hasn't gone up. Generally speaking, on our best video over the last couple of weeks, there are 150 subscribed viewers that will watch the video out of 650 now. And the reasoning is I was forcing that growth. I was shoving that, hey, would you subscribe to my channel, down people's throats that probably aren't really interested in what I'm talking about or what the mission of this project is. I was padding my own numbers just for my own sense of self-worth, and I'm doing it, Peter. You know? And what I'm doing there is I'm cheating the process. I'm cheating the numbers, and it's doing a disservice to the channel, because all we really need at this point in time is one video or two videos to get a really good quality of viewership, and we're gonna be there. We're gonna get to monetization, and we're gonna be able to start making money off this thing. Instead of me constantly harping on what I've been harping on, I'm gonna make some things that are gonna be searchable, that will hopefully kind of catch on and go out there and, you know, maybe hit a wider audience of people that might be interested in this, and get away from the car guy stuff. Get away from that community. And I think it's gonna be successful, but it might not be. It might crash and burn, and I may totally screw this up. But the nice thing is, with the fact that this thing is new and it's small and it's mine, I can do this. I can screw this up. I can make mistakes, and I can learn from them. I'm man enough to say that. I don't know everything. Now, I am smart. And I am experienced. And I have a lot of knowledge. But I don't know everything. I'm learning stuff all the time. And the day that I'm not learning anything, you better put me in the ground. Because I need to know that I don't know everything. There's unknown unknowns, and there's known unknowns, right? As Mr. Cheney famously said. And I'm learning all the time. And I think that this is something that I want to focus on for the next couple of videos, to try to maybe carry through the entire next week. Is I'm gonna look for some topics that are searchable, that are interesting, that might get a wider audience. So that's the direction I'm going to take for the next week. Then that's going to basically put us to like the last 10 days of this project for the first 90 days. And then after the first 90 days are over, all bets are off. We'll see what happens at that point in time. So, what I would ask from you is, what topics do you think could be interesting for this? What topics do you think are currently hot button topics that are involved in the charitable, philanthropic kind of world that would be applicable to this channel that I could do videos on? Now, I want to keep this thing positive for the most part. I want to keep this thing oriented the way it's oriented, and I don't want to get to the mudslinging side of things. I don't want to do that. But I do want to branch out, and I do want to bring in new blood, because I think that's the only thing that's really holding us back at this point in time. Is I need to tailor this channel a little bit better and make it more searchable. So what do you think I can do videos on that I don't necessarily need to be face-to-face with? Current topics, obviously there's a lot going on in the world at this point in time. What would make sense? Give me your ideas, and I am truly asking this from the bottom of my heart. Give me your ideas, what you think would be a good quality video. What do you think would be interesting? And I will start doing homework on that this evening, and I will film that for you tomorrow, because I am committed to this project. I am going to make this project work. I'm not going to give up on this, and I think there's a core group of 100, 150 people here who believe in that. But I want to see that core group be 1,000 people. I don't want to get to 1,000 subscribers and only have 10% of those people active. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're really trying to change the world, and not just earn me a yay, we had 1,000 subscribers thing. There are far too many YouTube channels you can see out there that have huge subscriber bases and very little subscribership, or the views that they do get are horrible, and they're basically paying for subscribers and paying for views. And that's not the game I want to play. That's not what we're looking to do here. Anyway, sun has faded over the mountains. That means it's time for me to shut up. Thank you very much for being here, guys. Thank you so much for supporting this project. I hope you enjoyed the video that I shot the other day, or yesterday, at the Mid-Ohio Food Collective. I will be there again in a couple of days, I think, depending on what my schedule looks like, to do another shift over there. But if there are any other charities or volunteer type events or things that I can do, especially on the weekends, because I do work Monday through Friday, let me know. What do you think that I should look into? What do you think what have you done as far as a volunteer type thing that you think that I could get involved in, and that somebody would be comfortable maybe talking with me on camera about, so we can spread the word about what it is they do and what their good deeds for other mankind is, right? That's what it's all about, is putting light on positivity. Charitable acts of kindness, random acts of kindness, philanthropic stuff, online activism. Roll it all into one big ball, and we're going to make it all work here. At least that's the plan. Anyway, thanks, guys. I appreciate you being here. I will see you tomorrow. And if you haven't watched that video from yesterday, please go back and watch it. If you have, thank you very much already. I appreciate it. Have a great night, folks. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.